This is TNTBS. We are the people. I'm going to show you the link between the Sudan virus, Ebola, and gurus. Okay? So let's begin. This, what you see right here, is the Sudan virus, okay? Which basically started back in 1976 is where it came from over there. Now, this is a very deadly virus, and it was probably engineered to, I don't know, you know, maybe as a viral type weapon, you know. I can't see something like this just evolving overnight in this year of 1976, but who knows? I don't know. There's lots of different aspects of it, but I want to let you know the link that I can pretty much provide. Now, this is not a laughing matter. The Sudan virus is a serious situation. Whether it's man-made manufacture or it was Mother Nature, I don't know. But the thing of it is, folks, it is real. And there's another virus out here. And I'm going to explain to that here in just a little bit. Okay, here are some of the symptoms of this virus right here, the Ebola symptoms, okay? Now, what you have is you have the fever, the sore throat, the weakness, severe headaches, the joint, muscle, and, you know, diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration, dry aching, cough, and stomach pain. Okay, now these are all symptoms of this Ebola these are all Ebola symptoms, okay? These are some of the things that happen to you when you get this virus. Now, the link that I'm doing is, I have no idea what the fuck this says. This is completely gibberish to me. But I guess that's the Ebola virus strain, and this is a fucking bat that either shits on you or you get these little fucking orange spots on you. But anyhow, these are the symptoms of the coughing, diarrhea, stomach pain, and aches and pains. But anyhow, so how I'm going to trace this back to the Ebola, to the Dinar gurus, is this right here. Okay, when you get this, okay, you basically you become a zombie, like, I guess you would say. Now this comes into play, very comes into play right here, and the reason why is because this is what happens to you if you are a Tony TNT guru follower. Okay, you become mindless. You become a non-thinking sheep. And how I'm going to go back to this from the symptoms, or the symptoms that the gurus project on the people. They project this little shit-strained worm, and apparently this fucking flying bat's got something to do with it. And then you get these little fucking orange spots all over you. But anyhow, you become this big gorilla right here, full of guru knowledge. This thing is going to RV overnight. So after the symptoms, and now keep in mind, after these symptoms all start to come into play here, okay, what happens is you slowly become down to you degenerate to this little fucking chimp right here. Well, after a while, after all these diarrhea, fucking fever, headache symptoms kick in from you sitting on the computer for hours on end, getting butt soreness and eyes turning red, then you start realizing people start attacking you, calling you a fucking idiot because you're following these gurus. Okay, then you turn into this little fucking rodent thing here, and you start developing these little protection spines. These little things right here, these little protection spines right here. Oh, come on. These little protection spines right here is your attack method. That you start calling people naysayers. Well, after the years and years, sometimes it takes you 6 months to develop this strain, and up to about a year, you start to realize this whole shit has been a fucking scam by this Tony TNT guru bullshit and his intel. At this point, you start to evolve into this little guy right here. You turn into a gazelle, and you turn tail, and you run your ass off, and you run fucking fleeing because you don't want to be recognized, and you end up landing in this little country. You come from here, and you come over to this little Sudan country over here down to Egypt and Sudan area, okay? And then, but like I said, by this time you have already been zombified. There is a cure for it, okay? Now, the cure for this is not listening to these people. This is the old dinar, okay? This is the dinar that used to be with Saddam Hussein, which turned out to be worthless pieces of paper of shit, okay? After that disappeared came the new dinar, the new Iraq. Now look at it. It's $25,000 currency. It's a real currency. But the value of it has not changed a bit. Very, very little. Okay? Now, they're also pushing the Zimbabwe dollar. Now, why in God's green earth would you even think about buying this? It would have to be a novelty item. That's it. But Tony actually says that this thing is going to revalue. It's a bank reserve Zimbabwe. Okay, now go back to this. Okay, now follow me here. That is linked up to this little strain, which gives you these symptoms here, okay, for the Zimbabwe dollar, because it's a $1 trillion note. What part of your brain is not working to think that this thing is worth anything? Think about the numbers here, folks. It's going to revalue. Really? Okay, really? Okay, now let's go to the catalog and who's the beginning of sale. Now let's look at this here. Okay? Alright, now I want you to understand. Look at this $25,000 note. Alright? Now let's go over here where it says 25K notes for right here. For per million, you have to spend $1,050 per million US dollars to get a million of these. Okay, now let's start following some of the prices. Look over here. Now you start to see these little notes. Okay, now watch. Right here. Okay, now is it me? Or does... Okay, for 500 of the $500 notes. Not the $25,000, but the $500 notes. Okay, now it's going to cost you $2,485 per million when you can get the same fucking thing here. Now, what possesses somebody to even think? Now, this is even higher. That's for a 25. Okay, people now think. Okay, now I want you to think. Think real hard. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. Okay? Now, I'm not saying this is not worth anything. Okay? But you could pay $1,000 to get $100,000 of the $50 notes. Okay? Or you could get $1 million. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this, folks? There's absolutely no fucking rhyme or reason for this. There's no reason for this. And these guys are making a fucking killing. Now you can go right here. Okay, it's going to auto refresh. This is the XC Iraq Dinar. This number right here has not changed. Okay? This has been the same as it's been always. Always, 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 and forever. It's always been that. Okay? The only thing that has changed is this right here. It went from 14... I think it was 1480, 1460 or 1480 to 1162. Okay, now keep in mind now, those fluctuate from 1166 to 1168. Now, what I need you to understand is this has been the currency for the CBI. Okay? Now, when you go to CBI and you go to the currency auctions, which is going to be here, okay, now you can look at the exchange rates by clicking it here. You see a little loading down here. Now there is, back in January, I think this was in '04, it was as high as 1695 it was. Let me see if I can zoom in on here for you. Yes, 1695, 1680. Okay? Now, just to kind of go down, let me grab the scroll over here and let me scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay, now, these are the numbers, right here, okay? It's 1166, okay? That's all it's ever changed. So basically, the reason why I'm showing you this is because for the simple fact, I had purchased some way back in 2004, okay? I had purchased some way back in 2004. Now, the reason why I did that is because I wanted to make a little cash, and I did. Okay, I made a little cash. But it wasn't to get rich quick. I wasn't planning on being a multi-millionaire. But these guys right here, these are the douchebags. These guys are pumping you full of bullshit. This guy here, Okie, Lonnie Fields, you know, now when you go to, you start to see this Dinar Daddy, that's who owns it. His name is Roger. Okay? Then you got the big GG. Then you got Poppy 3. J-Wag, whatever the fuck his retarded name is. Frank Villa, Frankie 26, douchebag. Another guy, Eagle, I think he stepped out. He was into the church thing. He was part of this little administration of bringing in the churches and his congregation. I think he lost half his congregation because of that. Then you got Steve Irwin. It's not the other one. It's called Steve L. Then you got Roger over here, Dinar Daddy. There's Roger. He's the owner of Dinar Daddy. He's another pumper. Okay, don't trust that fucker there. That's that Dinar Daddy, and you've seen that website. Here's Tony the Elder, whatever, Bertling, whatever the fuck his name is. And you got the stupid retarded Three Amigos, which is the Get Team, which I've showed previously on my other videos, that they are 100% linked up with Sterling. 1,000% linked up with Sterling. Then you got this Blaine, whatever the fuck he is, Blaino, fuck him. Then you got this goofy looking bastard here, Randy Canoose. You know, I think he stepped out. He may be doing it on the side. I know him. I know him personally. I've talked to him on the phone. Now, Jay Hammerman, he's still in it, but he pulled away from all those other gurus. But this is Medic. All these Delta Ghosts and all this stuff. And shit right here, this is Richard Madison. Okay? This goofy looking bastard right here is Adam Montana. That's what. Why would you trust a fucking, look at that goofy motherfucker. Why would you trust that bitch? Then you got Dan, this piece of crap douchebag shithead. Checkmate, or check, okay? Fuck him. And this douchebag right here, Tony. This is the little fucker that's been pulling the scam. And this is the guy right here that's turning people into these right here. Non-thinking fucking zombies. That's who he is. That's who this little bastard is right here. He's been turning everybody into these looking He same thing. He's a minister, a priest, doing his little preaching, Lochin, but you notice how he stepped out. Lochin has stepped out completely. He realized he lost his congregation because he was doing that church thing too. And look at these two, the BH fucking group. Okay? The BH group. This guy right here, I'm not sure what's going on to him, but he's got an indictment going against him. He's still waiting trial. Then you got this little douchebag right here, little fucker, Mr. He's been pumping most people. He's been pumping the Dinar before anybody even heard of it. But I think him and Tony, I don't know if he was connected to Tony, but I do know Tony and him started about the same time. And then this guy right here, Rodney. Now, he was same thing. He was convicted in April. And now, I want you to understand, these are all the gurus that are predicting that this thing is going to RV. These are all the gurus that was predicting it was going to RV, right? Now, this guy, all you gotta do is just go to Bing or Google and just type in. This guy is the fucking kingpin. He's the fucking kingpin douchebag of them all. This guy right here, Tony. He is selling so much, and that's his brother Ray. He is selling so much bullshit to people. This guy is a complete fraud. I mean, just look at the shit. He's got indictments on him. USA versus Renfro. This is his last one. This is his last one right here, where it shows right down here. Okay, I mean, this is unfucking believable who this guy is. It's unbelievable who this guy is. He's nothing but a fucking crook. And all these people are posting out web pages about this guy, of who he is. I mean, the guy is absolutely fucking pathetic. Let me refresh this page. For some reason, it's not refreshing. But anyhow, that's who these guys are. They're nothing but pump douchebags. This is me. on We Are the People TNTBS. I'm over there on Facebook, and I'm over here on Twitter, and of course this video here, I'm over there at YouTube. So I want you to check me out. Like I said, the virus, this is real. Okay? This guy's full of shit. And he's an internet virus. This right here, the Ebola virus, is an actual real symptom. These are actually real viruses. These are the things that can happen to you. This is a very deadly, scary thing. And what this piece of shit right here is doing is just as fucking crooked and scary as the rest of them. He's selling you hopes and dreams that you're going to become a multi-millionaire overnight because he's linked up. I mean, this is what you're going to turn into. He's got so many followers that are donating to this sorry ass because you'll turn into this little fucking, after you turn into this gorilla, when you get the Ebola virus in you, this is the Tony symptom fucking virus. This is the Tony Ebola. This is the Tony Ebola virus. Okay? You start off big and strong, then you end up turning into this little fucking chimp, and then you finally degrade down to a little fucking rodent with spines in your back, trying to protect yourself because everybody keeps calling you a fucking idiot because you keep listening to Tony's bullshit. Then you end up turning into this little fucking gazelle running and hiding. I'm telling you people, this Ebola is some serious shit. And what this guy right here is doing is some serious shit too. He's literally banking on you to believe him. And I don't care. He's 100% fucking fake. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And stop buying this fucking shit. If you already have some, fine, hold on to it. Now, when he said people were cashing out, sure they were cashing out. You know why? Because this number here changed right here on the bottom. When I bought it, it was $14.60. I sold it last year. I think I made $300. Now, if you were a multi-millionaire like Bill Gates and bought 40 million American dollars worth, and you sold it, okay, you would have made half your money back. So when Tony says they're cashing out, he was probably right in that sense of saying, yeah, he made 20 million by cashing out. But he didn't cash out to become a multi-million like this piece of dirtbag shit fuck is selling you. This guy is a fucking criminal. And I want you to understand that. He's worthless. This is TNTBS. We are the people. Enjoy.